The only thing you can't get back is time. When you get older, it goes by so fast. It sucks. My Old Ass comes to us from Amazon and MGM Studios. It was written and directed by Megan Park, who did The Fallout and other projects. Check out our IMDb page for the full list of her work. And this features Maisie Stella as Elliot, an 18-year-old girl living in some small town somewhere in Canada. Don't exactly know where. It's gorgeous scenery. And Elliot is about to go off to university, not Acme University, to earn her tune degree. It's actually Toronto, which might as well be free. They're tiny, they're toony, the Toronto Loonies. They're Tiny Toon Adventures and Toronto Fun. And now the song is done. That's not the only song I'm going to reference, just so you know. Now, basically, Elliot is she's trying to pick up the pieces, pick up the pieces. She does love her family, but she's an 18-year-old girl who has her own ideas, and she wants to go get her big job in the city, work all night, study all day, and then she wants to do great things, like, I don't know, do some kind of things for environmental rights, but unfortunately life will throw a curveball, and she shall wonder what the fuck is going on in the woods, because she decides, whose woods these are? We have no clue. Hey, Ruthie, Ro, you're my two friends. You've been with me through thick and thin and full of piss and vinegar, and in the morning we were just full of vinegar, and let's go to the woods with some mushrooms and trip. They don't have to worry because it's a Canadian wilderness unless they have a wild moose out there or Dudley Do-Right failing to get them off of the train tracks like he always did with his girlfriend, who certainly loved his horse a little bit too much. You're welcome. You will never unsee that when you rewatch the Dudley Do-Right cartoons. Do you love the Dudley Do-Right Rocky and Bullwinkle stuff? Let me know in the comments. So, yeah, she decides to trip with her friends. It is actually kind of funny. Ruthie ends up hugging just an adorable brown rabbit. It's actually kind of funny, and Ro's having some fun. I will say that Maddie Ziegler and Carice Brooks do turn in a couple good supporting performances. I do want to see what else they can do. They show some good comedic timing, but Maisie Stella is the star here, and she ends up tripping balls enough to where she sees her old self, by which I mean she sees the 39-year-old version of herself played by the incredibly gorgeous, comedic, just beauty, captivating woman that is Aubrey Plaza. I adore Aubrey Plaza. I'll watch her in just about anything. She's just great. She understands humor. She understands just how to use that allure. She is beautiful. She is beautiful. But anyway, Aubrey Plaza shows up. She's her older self, and there are questions and some great, biting commentary and some biting wit and stuff like that, and some talk about how, will life wear you down? Will life, turn you jaded? Or do you want to what would you tell your younger self? And what would you ask your older self if you ever got the chance to interact? That's basically the whole what if scenario. There is a warning that is told during this whole discussion that I'll talk about in the spoilers, but that warning does play into the film a little bit later on. And then, basically, Aubrey basically tells Macy, so older, her old ass tells her young ass, hey, there are certain things you need to do. Be good to your family, be good to this or whatever, and life is going to turn out okay, but just don't do this one thing that I'm telling you about. Just don't do this. Well, obviously this one thing that she is told not to do ends up playing into the whole thing, and from there we have a coming of age comedy that has some terrific comedy, has some really good performances, and has some shit that really shouldn't have gotten to me. Like, it got through my black heart. That's how good this is. It is really good, actually, and I'm very happy that I decided to go to the Regal Mystery Movie for this week and sit down and watch this, because it's not out, actually, for a couple of weeks. I was excited to see it, but I thought it'd be good. I didn't think it'd be this good. I have been meaning to actually watch The Fallout. I've heard The Fallout is actually quite good, and I believe Maddie Ziegler actually was in that, so I do need to see how she was there, but this is really, really fucking good, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. It has good biting social commentary, and has just enough of all these characters. Like, just, you get enough of, like, just feeling like this home life is something that people could really just immerse themselves in. And that certain, things are, like, said about, like, certain changes happening around throughout the land. But also, it's got a sweet romance. It's got some really good stuff involving the parents. There's this one conversation with the mother later on that really got to me. I don't know why, because it's so simple, but Macy does a really good job here. Aubrey actually is kind of in the background. She's there for a bit, but she's more of a supporting role. And okay, you could argue that this movie does follow familiar tropes. This does kind of remind me of the Map of Tiny Perfect Things, and some other Amazon originals that have happened. And yeah, okay, there are familiar tropes. This could be kind of seen as young adult romance and coming of age stuff, but it's really good. It's really fucking good. In fact, it's great. It is really, really great. There is this one funny part with the Justin Bieber song that actually just had the entire theater dying laughing. The theater was about half full, so for a Monday night, that wasn't all that bad. And this one is a movie I encourage you guys to check out. But yeah, Macy was great. She was great. I do want to shout out the character Chad Percy Hines White. He is really good as well. And yeah, really good performances. Aubrey just, again, looking fucking amazing. And it's well shot also, but it's well performed. It's great stuff. Check it out. It's going to be in theaters in a couple weeks. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. So basically, the warning is that older Elliot tells younger Elliot, stay away from Chad. Stay away from anyone named Chad. Well, she doesn't end up staying away from somebody named Chad. This person, Percy, played by Percy, shows up and basically says, basically shows up in a chance meeting, actually, when Elliot decides to go skinny dipping, and then her and Chad spark a romance. Now, Elliot always thought she was gay, because she ended up getting with a childhood crush a little bit earlier on. That's kind of just dropped a little bit later on. I guess she just realized it was a bit of a fling. And I mean, it's also about gender identity. There's a few pieces played around like that. Not like I saw the TV Glow, which actually is coming out on Max, I believe, in just a few days. But the idea is it's working through feelings and everything and figuring out who you are. And also, there's, a silly part of this where, like, the way she's able to communicate with herself after tripping mushrooms is she communicates via text and via phone. And okay, sure, but you know what? It is what it is. Plenty of weird, fanciful shit has happened in coming of age stuff that's worked out just fine. So you know what? I'll allow it. It's silly, it's implausible, but it's good. And it's a way for basically Aubrey to shine as an actress, but also Macy to do a really, really good job carrying this movie. And she's got great expressions on her face, and she actually does a really, really good job conveying all this stuff going on around her and the changes in her life and stuff like that. And then she finds out she has more in common with Chad. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. Not going to cry like I did in the theater. She's talking to her mother. Her mother. I don't know why this got me, but she's talking to her mother. Actress is terrific. Played mother, by the way. Forgot to write her name down. I apologize, but check out IMDb and you'll see. But she was talking to her, and talking about, like, you were so active you didn't want to sleep even when you were 2. And I would, get, like, one time I had to be up, like, saying "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" for like 45 minutes. My throat was dry. I was just raw. I didn't want to, but I kept singing. That's what you do for your kids. That's what parents do for their kids. It's fine. It's fine. But that was a good conversation. It's so simple, but just the way the writing was, you could tell this felt personal to Megan. And the acting was just really good. And okay, you can call me a sap all you want, I don't really care. But she ends up, the growing romance with Chad, and I'm kind of keeping some of these spoilers a little light, because I want you guys to experience some of this stuff. And really, the only major thing to spoil is the warning about Chad. Because Chad seems perfect. Seems all like this. And Aubrey completely disappears for a while and actually was on a retreat for a bit. And then Elliot decides to trip balls again. That's when we get the One Less Lonely Girl from Justin Bieber. Elliot sung it better because Justin Bieber has no vocal talent at all. But that was actually a pretty good rendition. I will admit, actually, that is sort of a catchy song, but Elliot does a good version there. And she's just... It's funny. It's funny watching that stuff. But then older Elliot shows up. Aubrey shows back up and because she sees that through all this, she's hooked up with Chad. Well, Chad seems like a great guy, and I did all this stuff. And also, she's been interacting with her family more and trying to do some good stuff. And all this is coming together, but she's going to be going off soon. She found out Chad actually is from Toronto. She's going to go to the University of Toronto. Things are going to go good And then she said, you know, he's perfect. He's all this and everything. I just tell me what he does. He dies. He, it's simple, and I mean, you kind of figure it out, but she says he dies. And that's only after you get so immersed that you don't think you can love anybody again. And look, I mean, people go through that kind of stuff. People do lose those that they care about. I don't know why this movie got to me, because there are so many other movies that probably would be seen as sadder. But just something simple like that can hit. Because they could really hit for somebody 18. And then the determination is they're going to love each other, and whatever happens, happens. And then one final message is left. Hey, you know, you're right. Can't let the past define you. I can't try to shape you to be what I think you should be. You got to live. Whatever happens, happens. And it was good. It was really good. Great, in fact. Yeah, good stuff. It's fine. It's good. Good job, Megan Park. Hope you get a bigger project. I encourage you guys to check this out. Hey, maybe you'll feel differently. You'll probably call me a goddamn sap for being upset. I don't care. A+. I'm going to get out of here and decompress. But yeah, really good. Aubrey Plaza, Maisie Stella, really, really good. And the comedy really hits. So when the emotional stuff hits, it works. So yeah, A+. Might be on my favorite films of the year list. In fact, it probably will be. I don't know how high, but we'll see. Agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. And also, my letterbox is in the description if you want to check that out. Written reviews of this and others. So, yeah, I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.